Hello everyone. Hi, I am Ishita Singh and I am a student of BA Political Science Honours. I am going to speak on the topic Election Commission and its role in electoral process, its function, rights, duties, structure and removal and other important information regarding the same. So, we'll be beginning with the definition first. The Election Commission of India is an autonomous constitutional authority or body which is responsible for administering election processes in India at national, state, and district level. The body administers elections to the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative assemblies, state legislative councils, and the offices of the president and the vice president of the country. The Election Commission operates under the authority of the Constitution per Article 324 and subsequently enacted Representation of the People Act. Usually, the President appoints the Chief Election Commissioner and the Election Commissioners. The tenure of these officers is about 6 years and or 65 years of age, whichever comes first. The salary and the status of these officers is exactly the same which is enjoyed or is similar to that of the judge of the Supreme Court, and being a constitutional body or authority, Election Commission is amongst the few institutions which functions with both autonomy and freedom. Along with the country's higher judiciary, the UPSC, that is the Union Public Service Commission, the Comptroller and the Auditor General of India. Moving further, we'll talk about the structure of the Election Commission. When the commission was first established in 1950 and originally only had the Chief Election Commissioner, but then two election commissioners were added, and then they were removed and then they were added and so on. So the current status of the Election Commission is that it consists of Chief Election Commissioner and two election commissioners. The commission is served by its secretariat, which is located in New Delhi, and the Election Commission are assisted by Deputy Election Commission, who are generally IAS officers. Elections of municipality and Panchayati Raj are to be conducted by State Election Commission. The State Election Commission and the Election Commission are two different bodies and have no control over each other and work totally independently. So the first election commission was Mr. Sukumar Sen, and the first general election which it took place in 1951 to 1952. We'll talk more about it, about the first general election. So during that time, there were about 17 crores of eligible voters in India. All the Indian citizens over the age of 21 were eligible to vote without any discrimination on the basis of caste, creed, color, gender or whatever. But the problem was around 85% of the population were illiterate. That means they couldn't read or write. Another problem faced by Election Commission during the creation of voters list. The names of most of the women were not added or were not there. They registered themselves as the wife of, daughter of, instead of revealing their own identity. However, the elections were conducted. Total Lok Sabha seat were 489, and INC, that is the Indian National Congress, out of which won 364 seats, and the Communist Party of India won 16 seats and the Socialist Party of India won 12 seats respectively. There were many changes in the election which resulted in India becoming a world's largest democracy, and which is a very great achievement for India. Elections were based on UAF, that is Universal Adult Franchise. At that time the age was 21, but later by the amendment in the constitution the age was brought down till 18 years. It was only in 1982 when it was for the first time when EVM, that is electronic voting machine, was introduced in our country, and in 2004 it was made mandatory in the whole nation to use the EVM during elections. Earlier elections were conducted through ballot paper before the introduction of EVMs, but this resulted in a lot of malpractices all around the nation during election times. So now let us talk about the functions of Election Commission. The most important thing is all the functions which are done are under the law and order. Laying down the general rules for the elections is one of the most important function. Then supervising, directing, controlling, conducting the election for the states and parliament is another. One of the most important feature of the democratic policy in India is elections at regular intervals, that is after every 5 years. Holding periodic, free and fair election are essential of a democratic system and a part of a basic structure of the constitution. The election commission is regarded as the guardian of the elections in the country. In every election, it issues a model code of conduct for political parties and candidates to conduct elections in a very free and fair manner. The election commission has the right to allow symbols to the political party. It gives recognition to the political parties or the national parties, state parties, regional parties. It sets limits on the poll expenses. The commission prepare electoral rolls, prepare photo identity cards, and also updates the voters list from time to time. The election commission prescribes the limit of the campaign and its expenditure by the candidates and parties. And the most important thing is drawing constituencies, that is the constituent boundaries, size of the population, and then the boundaries are drawn. So this is the very important or a very difficult task to do during the times of election, as there's a huge number of population and all this results in a very difficulties. Now let us talk about the advisory and quasi-judiciary powers. The Election Commission of India has advisory jurisdiction in terms of post-election ineligibility of sitting members of the parliament and state legislature. Cases where an individual is found guilty of malpractice at elections or in elections by the Supreme Court or High Courts are referred to the Election Commission of India for its opinion of the said person's disqualification. In such cases, the judgment passed by the Election Commission of India is final and binding on the President of India or the Governor as per the jurisdiction. The Election Commission of India also has the power to ban any candidate who has not lodged an account of election expenses by the deadline and as per the law. Election Commission of India can also remove or reduce the period of disqualification as per the law. Election Commission of India also appoints the following seats, that is first Chief Electoral Officer, District Election Officer, returning offices and electoral registration offices. Now let us talk about the removal of the Election Commission of India. The Chief Election Commission of India can only be removed from their office similar to the removal of a judge of a Supreme Court of India, which requires a resolution passed by a Parliament of India, a two-third majority in both the houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, on the grounds of proved misbehavior or incapacity. Other election commissioners can be removed by President of India on the recommendation of the Chief Election Commissioner. That is it for the video. Thank you so much.